sometimes in person or most often by helping produce your books, or in other ways, serving in the temple or serving your mission. I lived a life enriched by the association of your devotees, by the chanting of Hare Krishna, by the beautiful Bhagavatam. You gave us Mayapur, you gave us Vrindavan, you gave us even this material world as a place for the service of Krishna. You gave us prescribed duties to perform and gave us the service of training others in those same duties. Decades later, I still have no idea of the fullness of your teachings, the vitality and depth of who you are, and what your movement will go on to achieve. I still don't recognize how foolish I am, but I know that anything good in my life is possible only by your mercy. And I know that there are still always great and small opportunities to serve you. Please always keep me as a servant at your lotus feet. Your servant, Jai Advaita Swami, initiation 1968, March, New York, USA. Is Krishna Prabhu here?
Krishna Prabhu, give me a few minutes, Prabhu. Otherwise, Anadi Leela Prabhu can read. Give me a few minutes. I'm not ready yet.
Hare Krishna.
You can read, Prabhu. Anadi Leela Prabhu. Go ahead. You can read Guru Maharaj.
Go ahead.
Yes, Prabhu.
You can see the screen nicely?
I'm able to see the screen. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvisheshya Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine. Dear Srila Prabhupada, on this most auspicious day of your Vyasapuja, I submit my respectful homage unto your divine lotus feet. By your divine grace's blessings, this year I completed my Bhakti Vedanta degree and I present it to you as an offering. Although I have read Srimad Bhagavatam many times, this time I read your Bhakti Vedanta purports even more carefully. You mentioned that your purports are your ecstasies. It's always so blissful to read each word, which is full of profound knowledge, potency, and love for Lord Krishna. I'm eagerly waiting to do the Bhakti Sarvabhauma course now, and I am encouraging the devotees to take up Shastric courses like Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Vedanta, and Bhakti Sarvabhauma, something you desire. Many devotees are now taking their Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, and Bhakti Vedanta degrees, and in this way, becoming philosophically stronger as they systematically read your books. Srila Prabhupada, during the annual Sri Gaura Purnima festival this year, we inaugurated the Temple of Vedic Planetarium's East Wing, the Narsimhadev Wing, during a grand 3-day festival. His Grace Ambarish Prabhu, Swaha Mataji, and the team are doing wonderful service with this magnificent temple. In the presence of most of the GBCs, we inaugurated Lord Narsimhadev's altar.
Go ahead, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead, Prabhuji.
It's okay.
It's here.
We are also working on the Museum of the Vedic Planetarium, along with the Bhakti Vedanta Institute, so we can present the Vedas as good science in our exhibit wing. Srila Prabhupada, we would like to put all our efforts into fulfilling your instructions and desires for the TOVP. We pray to your divine grace that the TOVP can be completed on time so we can offer it to your divine grace. Hare Krishna. Thank you. This
Go
year
ahead, Prabhuji.
marks the 150th Vyasapuja of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. All the Saraswat Gaudiya Vaishnavas gathered on our ISKCON campus and celebrated for 3 days, glorifying Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Even UNESCO recognized this day and marked it on their calendar. As I do every year, this year, I had also planned a spiritual safari in which your grand disciples generally participate. It will be in Vrajamandala this year. I left Mayapur to join the safari, but I fell sick and had to be admitted to the ICU in a hospital in Delhi. Currently, my physical health is not very good, but otherwise, by your divine grace's blessings, I continue to travel and preach as much as possible, working through my assistants as your divine grace instructed. We plan to install Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus footprints in Vrajamandala with the safari devotees in attendance in April 2024. As I now can't be there physically, I asked His Grace Jananivas Prabhu, along with the safari devotees, to install the lotus footprints on my behalf. We are endeavoring to fulfill our Param Guru, Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtottara Shata Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's desire to establish at least 108 lotus footprints of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the land of Bharat. We are trying to establish these lotus footprints in Gaur Mandal, Vrajamandal, East India, South India, and Western India. My dear Srila Prabhupada, my caretakers keep telling me that I should not travel, but should stay in one place. Yet I wonder where I would be if your divine grace hadn't traveled at your advanced age. Somehow I am trying to fulfill your instructions to me, but I don't think I have done a fragment of what I would like to do for your divine grace. Please bless me that I can become an instrument in spreading the mercy of Lord Krishna far and wide. Your servant, Jayapataka Swami, initiation 1968, July, Montreal, Canada. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Let's see who else can read. Gopal Krishna Maharaj's disciple here.
Sandeep Prabhu can read. Yes. Yeah.
Sure, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances at your divine lotus feet. This year we are celebrating your 129th appearance anniversary. Because of your purity and determination, the Krishna consciousness movement has spread to every corner of the world. In the purport to the Adi Leela 7.164, you have stated the Goswamis not only engaged in writing books, but also constructed temples because both are needed for preaching work. You had stated that both distribution of books and construction of temple should continue side by side on parallel lines. In the next few days, on the auspicious occasion of Ram Navami, we are going to inaugurate a new temple in Rohini, Delhi. You had spent considerable time in Delhi, residing in the Radha Damodar temple in Vrindavan. You would regularly travel to Delhi to get your books published and distribute them. As you did not have enough funds, you would travel from Mathura to Delhi in a third-class compartment. After establishing ISKCON in the West, you had returned to India to preach to the Indians who had forgotten their Vedic culture. Your vision of Delhi focused on the fact that Delhi was the most important city in Asia. According to Tejas Das, who was the president of Delhi Temple until 1976, Prabhupada wanted to do programs every week in different parts of Delhi. Prabhupada kept increasing his desire to have temples in Delhi from 8 to 18 centers. He wanted influential people to be invited to these programs. Prabhupada, due to your causeless mercy, we have almost achieved the target you gave us. During the 1975-77 period, I went with you to many locations to obtain land to build a temple. After a long struggle, we obtained a very significant piece of land in South Delhi. Shri Radha Parthasati deities were first installed by you at Ananda Niketan in a rented facility. Later on, they were moved to another rented house in Bengali market. Finally, a beautiful temple was built for the pleasure of their lordship, Shri Radha Prabhu Parthasati, Shri Gaura Nitai, and Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. This project was inaugurated on Ram Navami in 1998 by the late Prime Minister Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who praised you and your movement. Then we obtained a second temple in Punjabi Bagh. This temple has also attached thousands of Krishna consciousness. Gradually, your movement went on expanding and 10 temples were opened in different locations. Currently, we have 6 major temples under construction. As I mentioned above, the Roni temple will be inaugurated on Ram Navami 2024. Located on the main road, this temple is a very grand and artistic presentation. It will also be one of the temples where significant attention has been given to many details. For the very first time, Panchatattva deities will be installed outside Bengal in India. Presently, we have temples under construction at Kurukshetra, Dwarka, Ghaziabad, and 2 other locations. By your causeless mercy, we have achieved the target you have given, that of constructing temples, gradually growing from 8 to 18 temples in Delhi. Often devotees are amazed by the number of temples we have in Delhi. All this has become possible only due to your purity and the tapasya you performed in Delhi. We are reaping the fruits of the seeds planted by you. On this auspicious day, I beg you for your mercy that I may continue to serve you eternally. Your eternal Gopal Krishna Goswami.
Initiation 1969, memo until
Yeah,
Canada.
initial 1969.
Okay, let's see. Siddhartha Swami, Sachindan Swami, Kavichandra Swami, Mahavishnu Swami, Smita Krishna Bhakti Vaibhav Swami, Yogendra Swami. Nahapat Swami, any disciple here? Naman Prabhu, you want to read? Nahapat Maharaj.
Yeah. Yes, Prabhu, 1 minute. Yeah. A little bit slow. Yeah, small. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasarakaya Chikshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pachachya Desatarine. Mukam karoti vacharam pangam langayate grim yatkrupa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam. My dear and most respected spiritual master and eternal father, please accept my most humble and respectful obeisances in the dust of your most merciful lotus feet. All glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. Loyal to you is my life and soul. Through you coming to the stage of selfless devotion service becomes a possibility, otherwise not. One of the primary inspiring verses for me from Srimad Bhagavatam of late is 2:3:10. Akama sarvakamo va moksha kama udaraditi prena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. In the Bhaktivedanta purports, you cite one Sanskrit passage from Jiva Goswami's Krama Sandarbha, where he explains the meaning of desirelessness or akama. It's hard for me to read the English. Maybe Zoom. Yeah. Thank you. Bhajaniya Parama Purusha Sukha Matra Swa Sukhatvam. This phrase has been a continuous refrain of meditation for me, in part because I hold Sri Jiva Goswami in a special place in my heart, along with Rupa Goswami and your divine grace. You exemplify as do Rupa Goswami and Jiva Goswami. This message of having no desire except the happiness of Krishna, which in turn manifests your happiness. My aspiration and prayer to you today is that I may receive sufficient strength and purity in your association and through your service, through Tivra Bhakti, to achieve the same objective. Having no desire other than Sri Krishna's happiness means no other desire than your happiness. As avenue to reach that position, as I have learned from you, awakens from offenseless chanting or coming to the stage where Shuddha Nama is at the center of my heart. On this day, your Vyasapuja, I pray to you for these two simple and sublime benedictions. My life is yours. You can do with me as you like. Nonetheless, please note that this is my aspiration in service to you and to Krishna, your eternal servant, Ramapada Swami, initiation 1971, Boston, USA. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Prabhupada Swami Maharaj ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Our Adi Guru Prabhu is not here.
Well, Adi Guru Prabhu's, if we should read.
Yeah, someone can read.
Somebody wants to read that? Or?
Yeah, Sachirani Mataji or Asyesh Karuna or Kalindi Mataji, anybody can read.
Kalindi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prachitandat. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namne Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Vadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my prostrated obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. I was recently reading Lord Kapiladeva's instructions to his mother Devahuti in the third canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, wherein he tells her that transferring one's attachments of this world to attachments for great souls is the secret to attaining Krishna consciousness. In this context, he also gives the qualities of these great souls. Every learned man knows very well that attachment for the material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. But that same attachment, when applied to the self-realized devotees, opens the door of liberation. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.25.20. The symptoms of a sadhu are that he is tolerant, merciful, and friendly to all living entities. He has no enemies. He is peaceful. He abides by the scriptures, and all his characteristics are sublime. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.25.21. Such a sadhu engages in staunch devotional service to the Lord without deviation. For the sake of the Lord, he renounces all other connections, such as family relationships and friendly acquaintances within the world. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.25.22. Engaged constantly in chanting and hearing about me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the sadhus do not suffer from material miseries because they are always filled with thoughts of my pastimes and activities. SB 3.25.23. Oh, my mother, oh, virtuous. Hare Krishna. A little
No,
bit.
go ahead, Mataji.
Oh, my mother, oh, virtuous lady. These are the qualities of great devotees who are free from all attachment. You must seek attachment to such holy men, for this counteracts the pernicious effects of material attachment. SB 3.25.24. Srila Prabhupada, you manifest all these saintly qualities to the highest degree. I am praying fervently at your feet to allow me to be attached to your Vani and Vapu. I pray to live my life simply to hanker for your approval. In conclusion, if a disciple is very serious to execute the mission of the spiritual master, he immediately associates with the Supreme Personality of Godhead by Vani or Vapu. This is the only secret of success in seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Instead of being eager to see the Lord in some bush of Vrindavana, while at the same time engaging in sense gratification, if one instead sticks to the principle of following the words of the spiritual master, he will see the Supreme Lord without difficulty. Srila Vilvamangal Thakura has therefore said, Bhakti stvaye tiratara bhagavan yadasyad दैवेन नः फलति दिव्यकिशोरमूर्तिः मुक्तिः स्वयं मुकिलिताञ्जलि सेवते स्मान् धर्मार्थकामगतया समयप्रतीक्षाः. If I am engaged in devotional service unto you, my dear Lord, then very easily I can perceive your presence everywhere. And as far as liberation is concerned, I think that liberation stands at my door with folded hands, waiting to serve me, and all material conveniences of dharma, religiosity, artha, economic development, and kama, sense gratification, stand with her. Krishna Karnamrita 107. If one is very highly advanced in devotional service, he will have no difficulty in seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If one engages in the service of the spiritual master, he not only sees the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but attains liberation. As far as material conveniences are concerned, they automatically come just as the maidservants of a queen follow the queen wherever she goes. Liberation is no problem for the pure devotee, and all the material conveniences are simply awaiting him at all stages of life. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.28.51 purport. Your servant, Bir Krishnadas Goswami. Initiation 1972, Dallas, Texas, USA.
Thank you very much, Madhuri.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Gauravani, Santa, thank Krishna Kshetra, Lokanath Maharaj, Simeshwar Prabhu. I had to leave at 7:30.
Hey Krishna Prabhuji.
You want to read?
I was about to leave. Yes.
Yeah, so right about time. So just read this and then leave.
Okay. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishta Bhutale Srimade Lokanath Swami Dinamine Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishta Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinamine Namaste Saraswata Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha. My dearest Srila Prabhupada, please accept my most humble obeisances at the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace, the Savior of the whole world. In celebrating your 128th appearance day, I recognize that your spiritual movement continues to expand farther and wider with each passing moment, month, and year, fueled by the widespread distribution of more and more of your books. Your followers have multiplied, drawing closer to you as you illuminate their path with the torchlight of knowledge. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salagaya Chakshurunmilidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Your pure fame will surpass that of Jesus and Muhammad, making you the Jagat Guru, Gaudiya Acharya, and especially ISKCON founder Acharya for all Vaishnavas in every town and every village worldwide. Your books will continue to illuminate hearts for the next 10,000 years. Ebe Gyasa Gusuk Trubhuvana. We would like to see your fame spread all over the three worlds. On the occasion of your 128th birth anniversary, I'm reminded of very many significant anniversaries that coincide with this special occasion, all to be celebrated in 2024. Firstly, we recently marked the grand celebration of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura's 150th birth anniversary in Mayapura, sponsored by ISKCON and held on your Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir grounds. This 3-day mega event, attended by heads of all the Gaudiya Matha and their followers in large numbers, saw international participation from thousands of ISKCON devotees. Prabhupada's Annakshetra distributed hundreds of thousands of plates of prasada. I was thinking that you must be highly pleased with our endeavors in organizing a Gaudiya Matha ISKCON reunion. During this year's Mayapura festival, we also celebrated the 20th Brahmolsava of Panchatattva with another Maha Abhisheka. By your divine grace, I had the opportunity to sing for them and perform Abhisheka for all the Panchatattva deities. A humbling experience indeed. On the occasion, my thoughts were that Panchatattva continues to reach out in the form of the holy names to more towns and villages. And Namaprabhu draws them back home. Back to Mayapura Dhama. From Nama to Dhama. Mayapura will undoubtedly become the foremost place of pilgrimage on the planet. And the Panchatattva deities will be reserved as the most worshipped and worshipable. Mayapura will truly become the United Nations of the spiritual world, as predicted and strongly decided by your divine grace. On Radhashtami this year, All India Padayatra, the mother of all Padayatras, will mark 40 years of uninterrupted Padayatra across India, originating from Dwaraka in 1984 on Radhashtami to celebrate the 500th birth anniversary of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This Padayatra had traversed 8 states of India, covering 8,000 kilometers in 18 months to reach Mayapura. Originally intended to conclude there, the overwhelming success of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's 5th centennial was so beyond our imagination that we could not stop. So we carried on circling and zigzagging, but never stopping. Throughout several years, the mother of Padayatra has given birth to several different state Padayatras, taking Gauranga Mahaprabhu, the holy names, your books, and your divine grace in Murti form, wherever they journey. In 1991, the GBC was so impressed with your Padayatra vision that they passed a resolution which stated to bring the congregational chanting of the holy name to every town and village of the world through organized Padayatra festivals. This year's Janmashtami marks the 5250th birthday of our dear Lord Krishna. And it is celebrated by ISKCON all over the world in more than 150 countries now. In 1965, you had held a Janmashtami celebration on the Jaladuta cargo ship. Now that one small event on that cargo ship has given birth to a worldwide celebration of Janmashtami in thousands of locations in a manner never before seen. You showed the world that Krishna is not a mythological figure, he is real. We have his exact birth time, year and place, his personal details and so much more. Your Krishna conscious movement is enlightening the world about Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The long-awaited moment had finally arrived at the beginning of this year, 2024, as the new Rama Mandira in Ayodhya opened its doors to devotees and pilgrims from around the world. The inauguration ceremony was a moment of joy and celebration, with the spiritual inspirational leaders, political figures, and devotees coming together to witness this inspirational and revolutionary occasion, inaugurating a new era to revive and thrive Sanatana Dharma, making India Vishwaguru. I was thinking that you, Gauranga Senapati Bhakta, your books and your ISKCON are already playing that role of that Vishwaguru. It is worth noting that your divine grace had long before this opened a Rama temple in London, the capital of England, and in Washington, D.C., the capital of America, as well as over 100 Ramachandra, Krishna Chandra, Chaitanya Chandra temples all over the world, fulfilling predictions made on the day you were birthed 128 years ago. The year 2024 also marks the 375th disappearance anniversary of Saint Tukarama, who had disappeared 2 days after Gaura Purnima. A Vaikunda Vimana had descended on the banks of the river Indrayani in Dehu, on the outskirts of Pune city. Tukarama ascended the plain and took off amidst tumultuous chanting of the holy name. This historic, unprecedented event was witnessed by thousands assembled there. It is said that at the actual departure time every year, the trees around the location begin shaking and trembling. He propagated the holy names of the Lord. He was a performer and a promoter of Dindi Padayatras in Maharashtra and composer of 4,000 Abhangas, devotional poetry. Your divine grace called him Tukaram Acharya. I knew and followed Tukaram Maharaj from my very childhood. In response to my feedback about the progress of the traveling Sankirtana party, your divine grace responded in a letter dated 30th July 1977. Our Loknath Swami is just like Saint Tukarama. The whole India and specifically your Maharashtra are enthused with Krishna. Now you have to revive their Krishna consciousness. This is Tukaram's country. But they are all becoming bad politicians. So revive them by process of the Sankirtana movement. I'm very glad that you are preaching village to village and will cover all of Maharashtra. In this instruction that now forms the basis and theme of yet another anniversary, your humble servant Loknath Swami's 75th birthday on 17th July 2024, reviving Krishna consciousness in Thakuram's country. My dearest Srila Prabhupada, as my material body continues to age, humbly pray that my enthusiasm for delving or delivering deeply into your writings and for sharing their profound wisdom with others will only increase until that time that I breathe my last breath. Let me always be a servant of your lotus feet, Lokanath Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Lokanath Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Initiation, I think something.
Yeah, go ahead. Initiation 1972.
Initiation 1972, October, Vrindavan, India. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Amitananda Prabhu.
Prabhu, if it's okay, Sachirani can read. I'm
Yeah,
going to
please.
be signing off for the other Bhakti Vriksha.
Sure. Any other senior devotees can also read also. Yeah, Sachirani Mataji can read. Go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Radhanath Swami Iti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharani Ashtadeshatarani. Dear Srila Prabhupada, on the auspicious day of your Vyasapuja, I offered my prostrated obeisances to your lotus feet. 59 years ago on this sacred day, you were aboard the Jaladuta cargo ship and about to cross the Arabian Sea. You were practically alone, as there was only a small crew of working sailors and a captain aboard. At that time, at the age of 69, you had a meager 40 rupees and did not know a single person where you were destined to go. A few days before you boarded the ship, you went on a pilgrimage to Mayapur Dham to beg for the blessings of your Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, at his Samadhi Mandir. The sole reason for you to risk your life on this impossible mission was to serve as instruction with limitless compassion to bring Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message to the Western world in the English language. After 38 days at sea, while tolerating seasickness and heart attacks, you arrived in America and eventually came to New York City. There, in your own words, you were wandering like a homeless vagabond, seeking someone to hear Lord Chaitanya's message. The next year, in 1966, on the day of your Vyasapuja, in a small rundown storefront on the Lower East Side, you held the first initiation ceremony for 11 young American hippies of the counterculture. Most of them had only been coming for a month or so and had no clear idea what initiation actually was. At the time, they were the whole movement. The next year, in 1967, your health had deteriorated and you decided to return to Vrindavan, where Krishna would either end your physical life or grant you the health to push forward your Guru Maharaj's mission. That year, on your appearance day, you were in your simple room at the Radha Damodara temple. Upon your health improving, you departed from Vrindavan to the west a second time, circling the world again and again to spread the pure message of Srimad Bhagavatam and the holy names of Krishna. I remember your Vyasapuja in 1972. You were personally present while hundreds of wonderful devotees gathered on a hilltop at New Vrindavan to hear you speak and lead Kirtan. In your overwhelming personal presence, we were united in a spiritual family to celebrate your limitless glories. We offered our lives in gratitude to you while chanting, dancing, and feasting. Today, Srila Prabhupada, on your Vyas Puja, millions of your followers in all parts of the world are worshipping you with hearts and souls. In magnificent temples, spacious parks, prestigious auditoriums, and sanctified homes, your glories are permeating. It is truly a festival of gratitude. Still, your Vyas Puja is a sober opportunity for us to personally meditate on how your divine grace has transformed our lives and opened the doors to the spiritual world of Radha Krishna. It is a day to contemplate the quality of our own sincerity and how genuinely we are striving to please you. According to the sincerity in which we personally reciprocate with your mercy by living in the shelter of your instructions, Paramatma in each of our hearts will bless us with spiritual progress. Genuinely expressing our gratitude to you by following your teachings and assisting in your mission in our sweet path of surrender. By striving to love the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Radha Krishna, through hearing and chanting, and to respectfully cooperate with one another in devotional service are the ways you instructed us to please you. We pray to always remember that your causeless compassion is our only real qualification. In a world being torn apart by brutal wars, imminent catastrophic climate changes, deadly disease, and the unavoidable complexities of quarreling, fighting, and division, where false ego, lust, anger, and greed prevail, we need to take your message with all urgency. You have given us shelter in the association of those who strive to love personally to personally love Krishna. We can see as a testament of your mercy how sincere devotees from different sides of opposing battling nations can still honor one another as Vaishnavas. This is possible when we choose to surrender to the path of bhakti, as you have given it. Srila Prabhupada, when focusing on your life and teachings, devotee relationships can transcend racial, religious, social, or ideological conflicts, and we can be united as Vaishnavas. Such devotional communities and Vaishnava character can awaken the joy of pure bhakti within the suffering hearts of a population being devoured by the blazing flames of Kali Yuga. This is the supreme benediction of the Harinam Sankirtan movement you so mercifully bestowed upon us and entrusted to us. How can we ever repay you? Srila Prabhupada, I beg forgiveness for my countless shortcomings. I am a hypocrite, fallen soldier, a fallen soul crying for your mercy and praying to serve your beloved servant. Radhanath Swami, Initiation 1973, February, New Vrindavan, West Virginia, USA. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Let's see. Bhakti, Chaitanya Bhakti. Bhakti Mark Maharaj, Virat Rupa Prabhu, or his representative wants to read. Somebody wants to read.
Those can read.
At JD, am I Jagannath Prabhu?
Yeah.
ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताक स्वामी इति नामिने। ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे विशेषनिवादि प्रसिद्धि सुतारिणे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। Come to make a change. Prabhupada, you have come to make a change, and as we marvel at your awesome range, you intrigue us with your ability to bend, having formulated a neat east-west blend. We love you for this fair, inclusive approach, letting us know that all can climb the coach and engage in the incremental ladder of bhakti when we make inner peace and sign a treaty. The treaty is between soul, brain, mind, sense, an alignment set in a row like a fence. Directed to your divine feet and words, feet to become humble, words to reach worlds. You left India for the source of America, where all is efficient even when one orders liquor. Now the West is becoming a state of chaos. Walls are defaced with something stronger than crayons. But Bharat isn't much prettier or better. The entire globe is a whole where lives the Mad Hatter. All nations chase the rabbit to lower depths, existing like grim prisons of foul thoughts and breaths. Holy sites are nasty, needing renovation. Sewage and plastics create a bad situation. Vices deposit in every remote, obscure corner. Regardless of where you go, you are a foreigner. It's hard to relate to a disjointed world. Will sanity ever settle when all has been heard? You taught us the answer is an individual purging and not through gratification or a useless merging. Your intervention has done it for those you drafted with your sweet logical persuasion you have crafted. It encourages us to further clean up our act, to clean our heart and a world that is hacked. His Holiness Bhakti Mark Swami, initiation 93, September, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Bhakti Mark Swami ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you very much, Emma Jagannath Prabhu. Think Devamrita Swami, our GBC. I can read Krishna Prem or Gaur Prem Prabhu. Om Gnanativinandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshuntanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my awed and full-hearted obeisances in the dust of your divine lotus feet. Allow me to express with deepest solemnity my utmost gratitude for your presenting the possibility of your followers living in Vrindavan anywhere and everywhere. By your alerting us to the availability of this benediction, you so compassionately bring home to us a peak potential of the complete bhakti package you have bestowed. Even though such spiritual graces appear so faint and far off, how enlivening and motivating it is to know that what can await dedicated servitors of your mission as they near the end of the long tunnel through material existence. In a Bhagavad Gita class given on June 25, 1974 in Melbourne, Australia, you triumphantly declared, And as soon as you offer yourself to be enjoyed by Krishna as servant, according to his order you serve, then immediately you are in the spiritual world. So you can become in the material world or spiritual world as you desire. As you desire. If you want to remain in the spiritual world, this temple is a spiritual world. We are not living in Melbourne. This temple is not Melbourne. It is Vaikuntha. It is Vrindavan. Our heart begs you for even the slightest fragrance of the transmundane reality. In the Madhya Lila 16.281 of Sri Chaitanya Chaitamrita, Srila Gadadhar Pandit, clasping Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, asserts that wherever you stay is Vrindavan. In the purport, you present a long list of Mahaprabhu's exalted associates who never visited Vrindavan, yet they are certified as eternal Brajvasis. Next, you point out more recent great acharyas who resided mainly away from Vrindavan. Srila Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivas Acharya, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, Sri Bhagwan Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, and later Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur of Calcutta, always engaged in Nam Bhajan and certainly did not live anywhere but Vrindavan. What follows always astonishes me, and in the same purport you extend such a possibility even to your followers serving in metropolises, Kali Yuga fortresses all over the globe. They can also live in Vrindavan consciousness, no matter the local for seva. Presently, the members of the Hare Krishna movement throughout the world live in material opulent cities such as London, New York, Los Angeles, Paris, Moscow, Zurich, and Stockholm. However, we are satisfied with following in the footsteps of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and other acharyas, because we live in the temples of Radha Krishna and continuously hold Harinam Sankirtan, the chanting of Hare Krishna. We consequently live in Vrindavan, nowhere else. When will the qualification for the day of realization be mine? Only by your mercy would I even merely know about this opportunity. Only by your favor can I strive for just a glimpse of it, and only by your permission can there be any hope of the slightest attainment. The aspiring servant, Devamrita Swami, initiation 1974, January, New York, USA. Dhaneshwar Maharaj, Niranjan Swami, we don't have. Bhakti Raghav Swami, or Haridas Prabhu. Somebody wants to read? Naman Prabhu.
Says Karana Prabhu, others, because I had to drop off Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
I can read.
Okay.
Dandavat Pranam. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pistaya Bhutale Shamate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Iti Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pistaya Bhutale Shamate Haridas Tabdi. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pistaya Bhutale Joy Pataka Swami Iti Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pistaya Bhutale Shamate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Iti Namine. Om Agana Timiranjasa Gyananjana Salakaya Chakkurmilitang Unitmilitang Jano Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Jana Bhutale. Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Dadati Sva Padantikam. When will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established is within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is very dear to Lord Krishna, having taken shelter at his lotus feet. Namaste सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे. My respectful obeisances are unto you, O spiritual master, servant of Saraswati Goswami. You are kindly preaching the message of Sri Chaitanya, delivering the Western countries which are filled with impersonalism and voidism. Om Om Surabhai Namaha. My dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my most humble obeisances at your divine lotus feet on this your 28th anniversary appearance day in the world. Today, Today is the most auspicious day of Lord Nityananda Prabhu's appearance day, Nityananda Trayodasi. I seek his blessings to write this offering. As I sit in this Turkish airline flight with its motto Save the Planet from Ouagadougou bound to Istanbul with connecting flight to Kazakhstan, Lord Krishna has reminded me to write my yearly homage to you. Srila Prabhupada, how to express my gratitude to you for this rarest of gift, rarest of gifts, Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada, how to repay my debt to you for this treasure house of eternal Vedic knowledge summarized in the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam. Although the world remains immersed in seemingly ever increasing horrific sinful activities, with grossly misguided leadership in most countries of the world, the divine message you have brought us through your tireless efforts of preaching remains ever fresh, ever pure, and as you clearly expressed, the only hope for this suffering in humanity. However, by your divine grace, I am
One
privileged
minute,
to
one
be
minute.
part of this
Precious
ongoing
Karan
miracle.
Prabhu, the only hope for
This
this
is
suffering humanity.
that
Come
is
on.
taking place. This miracle that you have started in New York at 26th Second Avenue, this miracle that continues even today in the capitals of Cameroon, Togo, and Burkina Faso. This miracle that will continue to unfold for the next 9,472 years, the coming fulfilling the coming of the 10,000 years golden age. In this most dangerous period of Kali Yuga, Srila Prabhupada, you traced the importance of distributing your books, print as many books in as many languages and distribute throughout the whole world. That is the first part of your mission, which you refer to as Sankirtana movement in your essay on Gita Nagari, the two prolonged approach of the holy names and books. Distributing books, you can trace that is clear. You also reminded us of the importance of reading your books. Regarding my books, everyone should read. Uh, I am also reading. This relates to the second part of your mission, which you coined, coined as temple worship movement again in the same essay of Gitanagari. Distributing books you trace that is clear. Reading books you trace that is clear. But you also underline the importance of studying your books. So our principle is to study the books as well as to distribute the books. The this relates to the this relates to the third part of your mission, which you coined as spiritual initiation and movement, congregational preaching, where one is meant to deeply study your books to become qualified and certified. Distributing books you traced that is clear. Reading books you trace, that is clear. Studying books, you trace, that is clear. And you also pointed out the need of living your books. Uh, Vedic civilization, Vedic civilization was to keep some land and keep some cows. Then your whole economic question is solved. This relates to the fourth part of your mission, which you coined as classless society, as classless society movement, where all members of the four varnas are practicing Vaishnava devotees, following the motto of simple living and high thinking. These four these four movements or phase comprise Sanatana Dharma, which is non-different from Daiva Varnashrama Dharma, the divine culture as you so aptly translated. Distribution or books, you trace, that is clear. Reading your books, you trace, that is clear. Studying your books, you trace, that is clear. Living your books, you trace, that is yet to be clear. Uh, Srila Prabhupada, you have followed in the footsteps of Srila Nityananda Prabhu by taking up his most challenging mission of reclaiming all the ja- jagais, jagais, all the jagais and madhais of the material world. Therefore, you are very dear to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. On this on this most auspicious day of Nityananda Troyodashi, I pray for the causeless mercy of Lord Nityananda Prabhu to imbibe his preaching mood. And on this day of your divine Vyasapuja celebration, I seek your kind mercy to become a servant of the servant of the servant and to remain eternally fixed at the dust of your lotus feet. I remain ever indebted unto you, Srila Prabhupada. Kindly forgive my offenses and shortcomings, my obeisances unto you again, and again. Your aspiring servant, Bhakti Raghava Swami. Initiation 1974 July, New Vrindavan, West Virginia, USA. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavad Prabhu.
Our Govardhan Prabhu is there or somebody is there. Would like to read Dharmendra Maharaj's offering. Yes. Okay. I'll just read. Om Agnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmatanyana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances or glories to you. You requested your disciples to write their realizations. I do that by writing one article every week. In November, my realization was about your glories. Please accept this short article as my homage this year. What made Prabhupada? It was the late 70s, early 80s. I can't remember the exact date, but it was soon after Srila Prabhupada left this world. I was given the service of inviting some of the senior Vaishnavas in Vrindavan who knew Srila Prabhupada to his disappearance festival. I first approached Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj as Srila Prabhupada lived in his ashram after taking sannyas. He was at first somewhat reluctant to speak, but I prodded him by asking him to describe the qualities he saw in Srila Prabhupada. When he lived at his ashram as a humble mendicant, that indicated who he would become later as a world acharya. He thought about my inquiry deeply and then began to explain two qualities that he saw in Srila Prabhupada: his boldness and his ability to relate to others. Recently, when reflecting on that exchange, I began to ponder what I thought was a prime quality in Srila Prabhupada: That perhaps indicated that what made him Prabhupada, the person who succeeded above all others to bring the holy name of Krishna around the world. I thought of his many attributes and came up with one, his depth of realization. When I thought about this quality, I had in mind Srila Prabhupada's definition of realization. That struck me when I first read the Srimad Bhagavatam. He must realize the subject so nicely that he can present the matter for the particular circumstances in a suitable manner. The original purpose of the text must be maintained. No obscure meaning should be screwed up out of it. Yet it should be presented in an interesting manner for the understanding of the audience. This is called realization. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.4.1. Srila Prabhupada's mission in the West was challenging. He had to explain to those who came mostly from a drug-infused and sex-crazed hippie culture the very high theological conception of Sri Radha and Krishna in addition to a supportive culture of dharma and discipline. To effectively communicate those teachings in a suitable manner to such an audience without compromising the principles and conceptions of those teachings indeed required a very deep realization of the subject. Otherwise, how was Srila Prabhupada able to make such a tradition and philosophy so alluring to those who recently came from a culture to antithetical to the Vaishnava way of life? Srila Prabhupada's unique ability in this regard was highlighted for me in my early days of Krishna consciousness in an unexpected way. 11 days after Srila Prabhupada left this world, his commemoration festival was held. To honor the Indian system of spiritual hierarchy, the most senior Vaishnava in attendance was given the distinction of presiding over the assembly. He was from a very high-class Brahmana family, a lifelong celibate, the third person to receive Tridandi sannyas from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, and one of the most renowned preachers in the Gaudiya Math. He was especially lauded for going to the West years before Srila Prabhupada to bring back to India two German converts to Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Obviously, Srila Prabhupada far surpassed him, and that seemed to bother him and was reflected in his inaugural talk. I could have done what Swamiji had done, but I didn't have the mentality to preach to the hippies. I could see that many were upset by his remarks as they appeared to be minimizing Srila Prabhupada's greatest accomplishment. Initially, I was also upset, but then I saw that he was in fact complimenting Srila Prabhupada, even though he didn't mean to. For what was that mentality to preach to the hippies? It was a deepest realization of Krishna consciousness that allowed Srila Prabhupada to effectively communicate the teachings of Sri Chaitanya to those with little frame of reference to assimilate it. I just think that among his many qualities, his depth of realization and consequent ability to communicate was especially significant in making Srila Prabhupada who he was. What do you think made Prabhupada Prabhupada? He described Srila Prabhupada's boldness by describing two dramas Srila Prabhupada wrote. One was a spoof on the very popular Ramakrishna mission in Hindi called the Murga mission. Because although a Hindu mission, they weren't vegetarians, and the other a satire on the Gaudiya Math after it splintered, where the main character was called Bhojana Vilas, the pastime of material enjoyment. Maharaj, I don't remember the title. Sri Narayan Maharaj also described to me a very heavy letter that Srila Prabhupada wrote to the President of India. When he described to me Srila Prabhupada's ability to relate, he described to me how, when a senior person came, Srila Prabhupada was the most respectful. When a peer came, he was most collegial. And when a junior came, he was very affectionate. Humbly in your service, Dhananda Maharaj. Dhananda Swami, initiation 1974, November, Dallas, Texas. Bhakti Vikas Swami. Guru Prasad Swami. Chandrasekhar Swami. Vyasapuja Swami. Okay, that's about it. Anybody else in the audience who has not spoken would like to speak, or I have missed somebody's offering? Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Mataji, you want to speak? Prem Sir Radhika.
Yeah, want me to read something or speak, Prabhu, from my side, whatever you are
Yes,
doing?
speak something from your side.
Yes. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to my Guru Maharaj. So it's going to be it's already 8 o'clock, so I won't take longer. So
No, we go until 8:30 or something like that. No problem, Mataji. Go ahead.
okay. So if I look at Srila Prabhupada, all his contribution. So today, wherever we are, like if we have any presence anywhere, so we see we see that it is all because of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is not here along with us, but Srila Prabhupada is here every time. Whenever we have any challenges in my family we face or something like that, like sometimes we are far away from our parents. Our parents are old, our material parents are getting older. Even our spiritual father, our Guru Maharaj, everybody's Guru Maharaj are also getting older. So that time we realize that our grandfather kind of thing relationship we can tell with Srila Prabhupada, because we come from his disciple, then we are his disciples kind of thing. So Srila Prabhupada is always there with us, and he is very affectionate towards us. So if we and Srila Prabhupada, he's kind of he has come from a humble background. From a humble background, he has come all the way to United States, and he has traveled all around the world, and he has basically created an entire empire of Krishna consciousness around the world. I remember the day when we came from India to America. We were looking for some particular Indian vegetarian food. We were looking for a home. We were looking for our own people. But now with Srila Prabhupada's mercy, any country we go, immediately we search for where is an ISKCON temple. I read one of the books. Srila Prabhupada told that I am going to create a home for all the devotees where everybody can come and stay happily. The same feeling we get when we visit Florida, when we visit Dallas, when we visit Australia. Immediately look for, yes, our own people are there, own devotees are there. Immediately when we see our uncle and auntie or any cousins or any siblings, immediately smile comes. So when we visit anywhere, if we see any devotee with a kantimala and tilak, or devotees chanting on the street, on the road, immediately the same smile comes. We feel as if, yes, we are at home. We don't know them, but when we see them, immediately a belongingness, a love for Krishna, appreciation for Srila Prabhupada immediately comes. This is all because of Srila Prabhupada's causeless mercy on us, and all because of the suffering he has gone through. Like recently, we all celebrated nice Janmashtami festival. There are so much preparations we have done. So many temples are there. They do Janmashtami very opulently. Some do very mildly. We also do it to the best extent what we could do. With all of us, we were very nicely united and did. But all these things are possible because of that humble Janmashtami offering Srila Prabhupada has done on Jaladutta. No one was there, single-handedly, simply see he did this Janmashtami festival celebration within this cargo ship in the small room. He has done the celebration with the devotees, with the persons around over there who doesn't understand his English, neither they understand his philosophy. Always the sea noise will be all around, and along with that he has this cardiac arrest. So that simple Janmashtami has basically come out as a volcano all around the world, and today we are having so many Janmashtamis. Similarly, so many Rathatras. Prabhupada has basically given the best gift to the world. One is Rathayatra and one is Gauranga's love. Like, who is Gauranga? Nobody knew that. But Srila Prabhupada's wonderful mission, everybody now, wherever we go, we see Lord Gauranga and Nityananda. And Prabhupada's forecast that, everywhere there will be Jagannath Rathayatra. Nowadays, 365 days, there are 52 weeks are there. Every weekend there will be some kind of Jagannath festival celebration around the world. Another contribution Prabhupada has done about the prasadam. Everywhere we see that, like vegetarianism, vegan, so many things going on. But Prabhupada really taught us how to lead a Krishnatarian life, how to honor Krishnatarian prasadam, how to basically lead a life. He basically taught us how to become a nice, real lady and gentleman. Like in his Prabhupada, in his books always will tell that I want all my disciples to become perfect Krishna conscious ladies and gentlemen. Now, once we see our devotees and our seniors, we really sometimes we see what really Prabhupada meant. And another thing, being a woman and being a Mataji, we see so many Indian background, we see so many differences are there. But Prabhupada, he is the number one equal opportunity employer. I could say that. Prabhupada in Western countries, he taught the Matajis how to do deity worship. Literally, initial level, those Mataji disciples were there. Prabhupada used to teach them how to cook. In fact, some Matajis he used to demonstrate, how to wear sari, how to put this, how to cover their head. Everything Prabhupada taught. Like if we read Jamuna Mataji or take some association from Marathi Mataji, we could understand how deep they were. How because it's all because of Prabhupada's mercy. So on this auspicious day, we are all glorifying Prabhupada's contribution and Prabhupada's mercy. So I beg Srila Prabhupada to give me little bit mercy, so that I can follow his footsteps and I can satisfy all the senior devotees and I can do some service. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Mataji, is Hema Jagannath Prabhu also around and you would like to speak his
Prabhu, I
offering?
think he is going on now.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else would like to speak? Okay. Yeah. Satyavama Mataji, you wanted to chant that Guru Puja mantra. So we'll chant that and then we'll end. Satyavama Mataji? Yeah, I think. Or somebody else wants to chant? I can share that. Hold on for 1 moment. Say Guru Charana Padma. Anybody would like to start?
Hare Krishna Babu, I can start.
Okay.
Hari Bol Babu. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kebala Bhakati Shatma Bandamui Savadhano Mote Jaharo Prasade Bhai E Bhava Turiya Jai Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoite Guru Mukha Padma Bakko Chitte Te Kuriya Eko Arna Kuriyo Mone Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Eise Uttama Gati Je Prasade Pure Sharvo Asha চক্ষুদান দিল যেই জন্মে জন্মে প্রভু সেই দিব্য জ্ঞান হৃদে প্রকাশিত প্রেম ভক্তি যা হইতে অবিদ্যা বিনাশ যাতে বেদে গায়ে যাহার চরিত শ্রী গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু অধম জনের বন্ধু লোকেনাথ লোকের জীবন আহা প্রভু কর দয়া দেহ মোরে পদ ছায়া এবে যশ ঘুষুক ত্রিভুবন আহা প্রভু কর দয়া দেহ মোরে পদ ছায়া এবে যশ ঘুষুক ত্রিভুবন দুই পদে লইল শরণ শিল প্রভুপাদ পতিত পাবন শিল প্রভুপাদ শিল প্রভুপাদ শিল প্রভুপাদ শিল প্রভুপাদ জয় শিল প্রভুপাদ কি জয় জয় অনন্ত কোটি বৈষ্ণব বৃন্দ কি জয়
Gaur Premanande.
গৌর প্রেমানন্দে হরি হরি বলো
हरि हरि बोल
হরি হরি
Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai.
জয় 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 জয়
Jai.
জয় জয়
Let's read the translation. People can take turns. Go ahead. Any volunteers?
I can start, Prabhu.
Yeah, go ahead.
The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow to the lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By His grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna.
My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires.
He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart and with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him ecstatic prema emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scripture sings of his character.
Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, a friend of the poor, and the Lord and a master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto me. Give me the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
By making the dust of the Vaishnava's feet the ornament of my body, ecstatic love comes. Washing the Vaishnava's lotus feet is my method of worship. By always associating with the Vaishnavas, I shall overcome the darkness of ignorance.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Anybody else would like to say anything before we end? Yes. Thank you all. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai, jai, jai.
Gaur Premanande.
Hari
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 Hari.
bolo, Hari bolo.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Done. Hare Krishna. Wonderful. Everyone. Hari bolo.
Patitanam pavane bhayo vaishnavebhyo namo.
Panchagal putur vishnu vasana bhavaji. Potera pani vishnu bhuna. Hare Krishna.
Hari Hari.
Hare Krishna.